Welcome, welcome. Testing 1, 2, 3. Does this thing work? All right, we got work to do. I got to get it done before the kitty cats get in here. And we're going to talk about February, at least the first week of February. We had a February 1st full moon, and it was at 13 degrees of Leo energy. 13, full moon and ending. Something is completed. We're done with something. 13 degrees of Leo. You know how those lunar cycles, yeah, they're pretty significant. And it just feels like with, because of where I live, the US, that, yeah, that Mars degree 13, whew, man, that's been a big deal for us. I know it's been a big deal for a lot of folks around the world. Not necessarily because of us, although, yeah. Anyway, so that was where your full moon was. And so this is going to be February 2nd, the following 7 days. And on the screen, I've got Neptune and Saturn and Mercury. This month is probably going to be one of the most biggest months for all of 2026. It's what happens here in February. So with that said, I'm going to make a quick mention that in 2 weeks' time, there's going to be a solar eclipse. And so there's another video coming up. I just have to edit it so that you guys can see it. Okay, so I'll have that up on the channel shortly so you can watch the eclipse video. We're really paying attention to Aquarius energy because that's where everything's at, including Pluto, which is there for a while. But we still got Mars in Aquarius, and the Mars begins this week at 8 degrees. That's the Scorpio degree. That's, Mars and Pluto, the co-rulers of Scorpio energy. And that 8 degree is shared values. And we think of death and taxes and tariffs, especially with the trade in Aquarius energy, trade deals, Aquarius energy. Yeah. A lot of powerful stuff, and everybody knows as well. And if you don't, well, now you do. Mars in Aquarius is a really volatile energy in general because Mars just wants to do this, and it's very fiery, and electrified air, Aquarian energy, just says, here, do it. Here's the lightning bolt. Like, they both have a lot in common in a way, right? They are both about independence, very much about independence. And so when they team up, they can be a fierce force. And that's a good kind of name for Mars and Aquarius, a fierce force, because it's not just about one person, even though it's about being independent, it's fighting for its freedoms, but it's about people coming together as a group. A lot of fighters coming together, unifying. It's the unification that makes them the fierce force. So whether it's unions or people and their rallies or protests, people taking a stand and, yeah, being smart, though, being smart, staying safe, and has definitely a rebellious overtone to it. And it will for a while. This isn't just a one and done on this day or this week. Mars is not a fast mover. Okay, so we're still going to have Mars in this Aquarian energy. The Mars energy is going to, by the end of the week, Mars will have moved to 13 degrees. All right, 13 degrees. Yeah, it only moves about 5 degrees a week, roughly. Remember to stay safe, speak up. And this is definitely about being within a group and bringing your signs and voicing that this is not normal. Call it weird if you like, because for whatever reason that seems to bother some people, but it's very unnatural. It's unhealthy. It's definitely not what democracy looks like. Now, with that said, with our rebelliousness, we still have the fiery sun in Aquarius here, and we have Venus and we have Mercury. Now, we do have Mercury that's going to be making a move by the end of the week. Okay. By the end of the week, Mercury leaves Aquarius energy. Now, until that happens, Mercury does really well as far as networking, talking, and communicating, right? Coming together and figuring out mapping, a plan. It's smart energy. I mean, excellent smart energy. Mercury's really quick. The mind, Mercury, super quick, super fast. Of course, this is technology, social media, streaming, vlogging, blogging, whatever you're doing using tech and Mercury and talking and relating and learning, giving and receiving, sharing information back and forth, but definitely organizational skills on 10 here because we're using the technology, we're with friends, and it's group energy. So the power is with the people in a big way when Mercury is still in Aquarius energy. So it's like February 8th, Mercury will enter Pisces, and this is going to be very different energy. If Mercury is your mind and it goes into Pisces, Mercury is a little dreamy, a little sleepy, a little daydreamy, a little fantastical, illusional, delusional, is a smooth talker, right? But also wanting to just get away. Calgon, take me away. Mercury wants to like be, okay, enough. I don't want to hear anymore. I need an escape. So it's going to want to listen to music. It's going to want to find a way where it can get respite, where it can take a break, where it can relax, where it can unwind, where it can be somewhere other than its reality, other than its life. Because it just got through this very fixed, very intense, very focused period of laser-like stuff, of Aquarian energy, lightning. Like you can only sustain that for so long, right? It's a very high yeah, it's just energy where your nerves are rattled and frazzled and frizzled and whatever. Like your nerves might be shot even because things have just been really pushed to the boundaries and borders of the unknown, but never done this, never seen this, never thought of this. Like that's all Aquarian stuff, the shocks and the surprises. This is fixed air, right? So we know for Taurus and Scorpio, this creates square energy, stress and tension. These are all the fixed signs, right? And we know that it throws a big, strong opposition to the Leo energy. And that opposition would be authority figures. Aquarius is authority figures too, but it's the group energy. Leo is not about the group. Leo is about there's one person in the spotlight who's got the center stage, right? Who's got that the light on it, who's got the attention of everybody. It's that big, look at me. If I'm not busy being the boss, I am busy maybe creating the jokes, creating the laughter. I'm busy entertaining even. Leo's fun. It wants to play around, wants to play around. And so that full moon comes into play because for the full moon, the ideal was maybe we can leave behind a little bit of the ego and the pride and be more grown up, be more about cooperation. And this, and in the opposite of the me energy of Leo and the ego, maybe we can compromise and talk and negotiate and discuss the we energy, WE, right? Because the 13 degrees was, yeah, it just added to the me stuff. And so the ending possibly of risky business in childlike ways. And this opposing energy challenges it and did challenge it, right? So we see here where group energy has a lot of power. Just saying, I need to break free from my routines and I need to let go of the old. I need to consider something I didn't consider before. When things are broken down and we hold on to them anyway, when we've already been doing it that way and it hasn't made any improvements. Matter of fact, my plight is worse than before. That's when it's like, we need change for real. And that's the potentiality of Aquarian energy. Saturn goes to 28 degrees on the 5th of February. And that's the same time Mercury goes to 28 degrees. So again, more public energy. And the Saturn is rules and restrictions. It's government. It's long-term goals, material, tangible goals. It's long-term planning even. Saturn is discipline, right? And so the Saturn at the 28 is in Pisces energy. And so Pisces is institutional energy, the government energy. It's boss energy. It's double boss energy too when we think Saturn in Pisces as far as departments within the government, the structure and the order of the institutional energy. And before the government had the government deadline was the 30th of this, the 30th of January last month. So I don't know if we had a government shutdown. And we were expecting big things though with the full moon energy. And so that means there could likely have been a shutdown. I don't want to speculate. I mean, by the time you're watching this, maybe maybe they've come to some sort of a resolution. All I know is shit's just gone really crazy. And I'm going to be honest with you guys. I can't even keep up with the shit. I can't even keep up with the different events and okay, how does the astrology tie in? Like it's like I have to get off the crazy train because that's how I feel. Like I'm on a crazy train. With all of this freaking said, the 28 degrees and the public sentiment, the public emotions and the rules, the restrictions, the slow down energy, and Saturn getting closer to Neptune, the ruler of Pisces, there's probably a very good likelihood of a government shutdown just with that alone. All right. So the probability is definitely there. Okay, that it happened. Question is, how long will it last? That's the thing. If we have a government shutdown, how long is it going to last? The big concern is the IRS because this is the busy season for them. So beginning of this week, all the way up until the 5th, that means Mercury was in a very strong square with Uranian energy, Mercury and Uranus. So again, this is more global trade. This is more banking systems. This is digital dollars. This is the Bitcoin stuff, but also this is the conversation and the communication and the global tariff kind of crap that that crazy just keeps talking about. Every time crazy doesn't get what crazy wants, crazy screams a higher number in tariffs. And so Mercury squaring Uranus kind of promises more of that for this week. So I wish I had something better to offer you and some more optimistic news or something at least kind of optimistic. But in general, stress and tension for this week between Mercury and Uranus, that is travel, that is transportation, that is technology. God knows I don't need more stress with technology. I mean, I can't even leave comments under videos. I can't even reply to comments under my own videos. I got people telling me there's comments that I can't see. And when I go to my phone, I can see them, but it's not allowing me to reply to them. It's telling me there's an error. I'm not allowed to do that. It's really weird shit. So I know it's all this Uranian crap because I got a ton of Taurus in my chart and we got Uranus there and yeah. So well, just ask for your patience, for your continued patience, and we will continue with the videos and carry on. So for this week, we are just keeping in mind the strong, intense, going butt wild Uranian energy of Aquarius, which wants to shock other people, which wants to disrupt whatever it can and has the power to do it.